Hi YouTubers, this is Jazzwife. I have been asked to do a video on long-term transitioning tips since I've been transitioning for almost 2 years now. And I come to you looking a little crazy, I know that. I've got my scarf on. This is the scarf I use to tie my head every night. And I'm going to take it off and show you what's going on underneath it. But with about 2.5 months left before I cut off all my relaxed ends, I decided I'd come to you and bring some information about what I've done over these past 22 or so months. So first of all, let me show you what's going on here. And notice that this scarf is not silk or satin. It's just kind of a breezy, kind of a gauze sort of a thing. Let's see through it. It's really cool. See my hair? Yeah. It's more my grays, my really gray side. See? Okay. See my hair? And then I braided it in these kind of haphazard cornrows so that I could set it for my braid out. And I roll the ends so that where the hair is still, kind of relaxed and looking like that, it will blend in better with the natural hair, which is really nice and curly, versus my relaxed hair, which tends to look off. All right. So congratulations on your decision. I will tell you that it was a difficult decision for me. It took me about a year to really decide no more relaxers, that I was done. But once I decided that, I was pretty determined. And so that when it got hard in the first 2 to 3 months, I was able to stay strong. So my counsel to you would be to decide how long you plan to transition. You may change your mind as you go for a while, but it's good to start out with a goal and a vision. For me, I knew that I had to transition for a long time because I needed to be able to pull my hair back into a bun. I'm a child of the 70s. I had already done the big fro thing, and I didn't want to do it again. So prepare yourself for the tough moments, because you're definitely going to have them. For me, that was months 2 and 3. For others, it's 4 and 5. But it's usually tough in the first 6 months of the transition, just because it's the time when your hair is really fighting. You got the two textures. Your natural hair is trying to take over. Your relaxed hair doesn't want to let go. And you all know about that line of demarcation, the point where the relaxed hair and the natural hair meet. It's very, very, very weak. And if you're not careful, it's at that point where the hair can break. And part of the reason why that's not a good thing, I mean, you might be thinking, well, I'm going to go natural anyway, what's the big deal? Part of the reason why that's not a great idea is what you don't want is to have your natural hair, you don't want the ends of your natural hair to be that broken, right? So you want to make sure that you're caring for both textures in a way that you would care for all of your natural hair. It's very important to make sure that you are being extra delicate and to be ready for the tough going, because it will be tough. Realize that the way that you care for your relaxed hair is very different from the way that you will care for your natural hair. And since you're aiming to be natural, one of my best suggestions is for you not to force your natural hair to look like your relaxed hair, but to allow your relaxed hair to conform to your natural hair. Your hair will thank you for it. So don't force your natural hair to look like your relaxed hair. And that's a That's a kind of a code phrase for let go of that heat. But allow your natural hair to do what it does and have your relaxed hair match it. It helps you get used to the notion that you will eventually be taking care of your hair in a very different way. Be prepared to change the way you think, the way you care for your hair, and for feeling tempted to perm your hair. Be prepared for all of that. When you get those feelings of wanting to perm your hair, basically don't give in. That's why it was important in the beginning to have a vision and a goal for the length of time that you would be transitioning, so that when you feel like giving up, because you will feel that way, when you feel that way, you can say, no, I'm committed to this, I'm not going to do it. All the temptations that you will feel, if you can withstand all that and you can get to where I am, almost 2 years, it'll be worth it. My hair is really a joy, and I'm glad that I took the time to get to know it and to not get so frustrated and give in. I got to tell you, in the month 2 and 3, I would go to sleep at night and I would dream of going to the beauty parlor to get my hair done. I mean, I was so frustrated with the way my hair looked and the fact that I was so limited in the number of styles that I could do, because basically with as much long hair as I had and as much new growth as I had, what was available to me were buns. And for me, buns are alright because I'm a kind of a bun person anyhow. But I also like to change it up a little bit. So the fact that I couldn't change it up is what I found frustrating. But now that I started my last relaxer was August 2008. So I always count the beginning of my transition from October 2008. So I started October 2008 to now. I'm pretty near the end of this 2-year thing. And the reason I said 2 years in the beginning is because I wanted to make sure I had enough hair to pull it back in a bun or a ponytail or something, enough hair to pull back, because I really didn't want to have an afro. I just didn't want it. Not that afros are bad or anything's wrong with afros. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite styles on other women are teeny weeny afros. My mother has one, my sister used to have one, all of my aunts have one, but it just wasn't for me.